Most people look at the Greek alphabet and freak out. They think, there's no way I could ever possibly understand this language. It's all Greek to me. The letters look strange to us. But it really isn't that difficult. In fact, there are many similarities between the 26 letters of the English alphabet and the 24 letters of the Greek alphabet. And if you think about it, when you learned the English alphabet, you learned it in little chunks. And you actually probably learned those chunks with a song. You know the song? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time won't you sing with me? Okay, I'm not a singer, but you get the idea. Phrases, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If you think about it, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You've learned 7 letters. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. There's 9 more, and it rhymes, and there's this nice little cadence to it. Well, we'll learn the Greek alphabet the same way. And we'll see that there are many similarities between Greek and English. Yes, there are a few letters that are written strangely to our English eye, but we'll learn those pretty quickly. I think you'll find the alphabet pretty straightforward. Before we get into the sections of the alphabet and how we will memorize it, let's just look at the letters one at a time. Open up your little Greek grammar and find the page titled The Greek Alphabet. Let's just go over these one at a time. Now, for starters, let me point out that the uppercase letters are important to know, but not nearly as important as the lowercase. So we'll concentrate on the lowercase, and I think you'll pick up the uppercase letters as you go along. So I would say, for starters, don't even worry about the uppercase. Notice them there. Notice, too, that they look very much like the lowercase letters, so it's not that difficult. Okay, let's say them here. Alpha, alpha. And you can see that this alpha has a sound like the A in car, ah. Not a, like hat, okay? It's easy to say alpha. If you're into sci-fi, you might speak about gamma rays, but this word is not gamma, but gamma, because the alpha has an ah sound, not an a sound. Occasionally, you'll hear me mess that up, so please give me grace, but I'm trying to learn to be consistent. One of the beautiful things about the Greek alphabet is that once you know the name of the letter, you know how it sounds, because the first sound of the letter's name is the sound of the letter. So alpha sounds like ah, okay? Beta sounds like ba. Gamma, g. I just said gamma, didn't I? Gamma, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta. Now, zeta can sound like Z, zeta, or some people put a DZ sound. I kind of like that myself, so z, 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 z. It's very subtle, zebra or zebra, but zeta or zeta. Okay, very subtle. Zeta, eta, theta, iota. Iota is a letter, and one of the rare letters in Greek that can sound like I or E. And that's why I picked the word intrigue, because this shows you the two ways that iota can sound. I, E, right? Intrigue. I or E. It can be long or short, but don't worry too much about that. It's a very subtle difference. Kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, that's like an X sound, okay, xi, Omicron. Now, let's be careful here that we don't say Omicron, because we'll see in a minute here that omega has the O sound. Omicron is actually very hard to distinguish from the alpha, ah. In fact, they sound almost exactly alike. Omicron, P. Now here, notice not pi. If you're a math major, you know pi r squared. You don't say PR squared. But the reason we say P and not pi is because going back to the letter iota, remember, it doesn't sound like I. It's not, this has the letter I, or the sound I, or E, never I. Okay, it's never that hard I sound. So that's why we don't pronounce this letter pi. We pronounce it P. So P, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, not but oo. If you're a German person, you might think of the umlaut on there. Upsilon, phi, chi. Now you'll notice I sort of spit when I make the chi sound because it's supposed to be aspirated, meaning that it's not a k like k, but it's like like in German. Chi, psi, and omega. So there are the 24 letters of the Greek alphabet. Why don't I back up here and let's just say them: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega. Now find the alphabet memorization tricks page in your Little Greek Grammar. And here is the way that I find it very helpful to break the alphabet into 4 pieces that make it easy to remember. First, A, B, G, D, E. Like in English, A, B, C, D, E, but in Greek, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, A, B, G, D, E. So the only strange thing here is that the gamma pops in there where we would expect our C. Then we have 3 letters that are just, you can see I've crossed out. There is no English exactly equivalent to these, but zeta, eta, theta. Zeta, eta, theta are not like F, G, H, but okay, so we just throw those away. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta. And then we have a long section of letters which pretty much correspond to English letters, except they're a little bit odd in places, but iota. We don't have a J sound there's no soft J in Greek, so we just throw that letter away. Kappa, lambda, mu, nu. Now, xi is just one of those weird letters. It actually has like an X sound. It sort of corresponds to our X over here, but there's no reason for it to be here. And I remember this because between the nu and the Omicron, N-O, no reason. In between there comes the xi, okay? Xi, Omicron, P. Now, Q in English is just a stupid letter, right? So there's no corresponding letter to Q in Greek. Q, I mean, what a lame letter. It has to have a U just to survive, and it's rarely used. And so anyway, it's a good riddance, right? Okay, so no Q. Rho, sigma, tau, upsilon. And you can see, except for the fact that the letters are written somewhat differently, there's almost an exact equivalence between the Greek and English letters. Here is the first section, what I'm calling A, B, G, D, E. Well, obviously this isn't a G, it's a C, but anyway, in Greek it's a gamma, so alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. I think it's pretty easy to remember that way. Let's look at how to write it. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Say it over and over. And learn to write the letters. Later we'll learn to type them, since so much of our time is spent in front of a keyboard writing with our fingers like this. We'll learn that too. But it's really important to be able to write them manually too. It will help you to learn the letters as well. Okay, so let's do this. Alpha. Alpha, well, it looks like an English A, but you make it more like, almost like a circle, just a loop around like this. So alpha, alpha. Make lots of alphas, nice and slowly here. See, up, around, and down. Do it over and over and over. Alpha. Pretty easy letter to draw, right? Beta also, pretty easy. Similar to an English B, except we start below the line, come up and around like this. Beta. Beta. I'll make 2 more. Beta. Beta. 1 more beta here. Alpha. Beta. Now our gamma winds up looking like an English Y, but it's made a little bit differently, and gamma is just one of those letters that's not like English. You just have to get used to it. So it comes down around like this. Gamma. Sort of looks like a Y, but it's not. It's a gamma. The little loop goes below the line. Alpha, beta, gamma. Now delta is one of those letters you might need to practice a little bit. It's a little bit odd. It looks like an English D, but to draw the letter, we start in the middle here, come up and around like that. Delta. One more time. Delta. One more time again. Delta. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Epsilon is nice and easy because it looks just like a cursive E, capital anyway. Epsilon. It's kind of a little letter. That was sort of an ugly one right there, but epsilon. Epsilon. One more epsilon. And I've given you lots of paper to practice writing these over and over and over. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Write all the letters. When you're bored, when you're driving, when you're in a dull class unlike this one, you could just write these, doodle them. It's a great way to learn. Let's write all 5 of them just for practice. Here's our first segment of the Greek alphabet. 5 letters down, only, 19 more to go. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. A, B, G, D, E. Section 2 is actually quite easy because there are just 3 letters. Now they don't really correspond with the English alphabet, so we just forget that right here. Forget F, G, and H, and just remember that alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon is followed by this strange event. Zeta ate a theta. 3 letters. Zeta, eta, theta. And I think of it this way, as if Zeta actually devoured, as in ate, a theta. Zeta, eta, theta. Pretty easy to remember. Zeta, eta, theta. Okay, let's write these letters. Zeta. Now really, eta and theta, we'll see, are really easy. Zeta is not. Zeta, at least for me, is one of those letters that took a lot of practice to get in the right proportions. It loops around too much. You start up really high with a zeta. You loop around and give it a fat body and then a little short tail below the line. It kind of looks like a C, but I mean it's got this little tail and this little loop, okay? Zeta. It's a pain in the neck actually. Zeta. I'll do one more. Zeta. Okay. Zeta. Thankfully, eta is a piece of cake. Now, eta is a letter that we could easily confuse for an English N, because that's exactly how we make an eta. We just make an eta like that. Except the loop, the little tail goes below the line. Eta. 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 Zeta. Eta. Theta is one of the easiest to draw in the whole alphabet. It's a nice tall letter, but you just have it's like a 0 or a circle with a line across the middle. Theta. One more theta just for fun here. Okay, so practice making those 3 letters. Zeta, eta, and theta. Over and over and over. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. That's section 1, zeta, eta, theta. Now this third section is really the heart of the whole thing. It's hard to remember it all, but it pretty much corresponds to English, so it's not as difficult as we might think here. But okay, Yoda looks just like an English I. Now remember, there's no J in Greek, no soft J, so we just throw that letter away. But the kappa looks just like a K. The lambda doesn't look like an L, but it is, right? Okay, it's like a leaning L. Needs a little stilt there to hold it up. Mu kind of looks like an English M. Now, the nu might throw us off because it looks kind of like a V. Remember, the C comes between nu and Omicron. There is no reason for it to be there. And it's an obnoxious little letter there. Actually, an obnoxious big letter, C. Omicron looks just like an O. P looks different, but maybe if you've had any math or anything, you recognize P pretty easily. Q is a stupid letter. We throw it away. Rho, well, that sounds just like our R, except it looks kind of like a P. Well, that's obnoxious, but this rho is not exactly like a P, because notice it has no little, it's just a little more rounded, if you see what I mean, but rho. Sigma is just like our S, at least the final sigma. Now the sigma, which comes in the middle of a word, will look like this. I'll demonstrate that here in just a second. So we have a sigma the way it appears in the middle of a word, and a sigma the way it looks at the end of the word. A tau looks just like a T. and an upsilon looks just like a U. So iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, p, rho, sigma, final sigma, tau, upsilon. Just to demonstrate, here's an example of how sigma and final sigma work when you start writing Greek words. If sigma comes in the middle of a word, then it looks like this. If sigma comes at the end of a word, then it looks like this. So here's sigma and final sigma in the word cosmos, which I think you know, right? World or universe, cosmos. So sigma and final sigma. Okay, we come to our big giant section, and really this is the challenge right here because we have so many letters in this section. It does correspond nicely to the English alphabet, but we'll have to take this big section of letters in two chunks. Iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, p, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon. Okay, we'll see that most of these are just like English, so they're not that hard. It's a long section, and you sort of just need to remember which ones drop out more than anything. All right, so zeta, eta, theta, with alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta. Then you jump in at iota, iota. Now, iota is easy because, oops, got the wrong color pin here. Iota is simply like an English I, but there's no dot, okay? So iota. Now you can give it just a little angle, little jaunty angle if you want, iota. So instead of just a line straight down like that, you can give it just a little personality there, iota. Kappa, very easy, is just like an English K, kappa, nice little letter, kappa, kappa. Lambda is a strange letter because it's well, there's nothing in it like English, but it's like our letter L, but it leans a little bit to the side. Lambda, like this. Okay, so lambda. Yoda, kappa, lambda. Remember, we don't need a J. I, K, L, Yoda, kappa, lambda. After L in the English language comes mu. So, okay, here's our, I should say M, but in Greek, a mu. Now in English, of course, we make an M a little bit different, but it looks the same. We start below the line, and looks like an M, doesn't it? Except notice that the tail at the beginning and end of the letter is below the line. Yoda, kappa, lambda, mu. Okay, nu is one of those odd letters that is easy to mistake for an English letter V, but as you can see, it's very easy to make. Mu, come on, L-M-N-O-P, right? After M comes N. In Greek, after mu comes nu. Makes sense, right? So nu, but nu looks like this. I know it looks like a V. They didn't consult me about this, but nu, lambda, mu, nu. Okay, now remember between nu and omicron, L-M-N-O in English, between N and O, there is no reason for xi to be there. And in fact, xi is one of those horrible letters to make, and it's the hardest letter in the whole alphabet, in my opinion, to draw because it has so many loop-de-loops. So the xi, let me just draw this one for you. Start high, you make a loop, and another loop. Oh, what a mess. What a nightmare. It kind of looks like an epsilon, but it's bigger, and it has this loop, and this tail. So practice this one a lot. Xi. Oh, there's no reason for xi to be here between nu and omicron. Xi. Okay. Yoda, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron. Well, this might be the easiest one. In between two of the easy ones comes this difficulty, but omicron is just like an English O. Omicron. Nice little letter like that. Yoda, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron. Let's just write them all for fun. Yoda, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron. Okay, practice, practice, practice. Yoda, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron. Okay, we're almost through this long section. After O, L-M-N-O, what comes next in English? P, of course. So it's same in Greek, actually, P. Remember, not pi, but P. Now, many of you already know how to make this letter from math. It looks like a couple of lines with a jaunty little tilde on the top or something like that. P. P. It's a nice little letter as well. P. Rho is one of those that looks a little strange to us because after, well, actually in English, remember P, Q, R? Q or Q? Q is just a stupid letter, so Greek doesn't need stupid letters. So there is no Q. So let's just forget about the Q. Let me grab my eraser and we'll just nuke Q. So after P comes rho. Now in English we want to make a rho like that, or an R like this. But the Greek rho is one of those letters that's easy to draw. Start below the line, come up and around. And what does that look like? Of course, to our English eyes, it looks like a P. But it's not a P, it's a rho, okay? So there's where you just have to reset your brain a little bit here. In fact, get this in your head, this picture. That is an R, okay? P, rho, okay? Sigma, of course in English a sigma or an S is like this, but in Greek, an S in the middle of the word looks like this. And an S at the end of the word, well, looks like our English S. Now it has a little tail below the line like that. So we have sigma and final sigma. Let me draw those again. We have sigma in the middle of the word, which, okay, I admit it looks like an O to us, but it has this tail, okay? So it's like a cursive S, but forget that all out of your head. That is a sigma. When you see that, you think S, right? So sigma, final sigma, okay, P, rho, sigma. Tau will be a piece of cake here because a tau is at least a lot like English. It's just a T. Now again, you can give it a little personality if you want to make it look a little more Greek. Well, we want to make this look odd, right? We want to look smart, so we can't just make like plain old T's. We got to give them a little now, see, I went and overdid it there. Let's just get rid of that guy. That's too much personality. P, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon. Upsilon, thank you, is an easy letter. Just like in English, U, perfect correspondence. Upsilon. P, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon. We're through this final section. Let me just quickly write this whole long, horrid section for you along the top. Remember, we start with iota. Start with me, right? I, okay? Zeta, eta, theta. Now it's time for me. Iota. Iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, Omicron, P, rho, sigma, final sigma, tau, upsilon. Okay, that's the hardest section, so practice that one. So reviewing what we've learned so far, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, that's our A, B, G, D, E section. Then zeta, eta, theta. Then this long section which has lots of correspondence with the English alphabet, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, Omicron, P, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon. The final section, section 4 here, is kind of easy, I think, because it's like zeta, eta, theta. Here we have phi, chi, psi. And this is really crazy, but it helps me to think about Poughkeepsie. I don't know why, but phi, chi, psi. There's a place in New York called Poughkeepsie. So anyway, and of course it's not p, it's f, like friend, but Poughkeepsie. Anyway, if that helps you, go for it. If not, just throw out Poughkeepsie, but phi, chi, psi. And everybody knows the last letter of the Greek alphabet, omega. So phi, chi, psi. Phi, chi, psi. Poughkeepsie, if it helps you. All right, the home stretch. And thankfully, this last little bit is very easy. Phi, chi, psi, omega. Everyone knows it's the alpha and omega. So the last letter we can get easily. Just remember, phi, chi, psi. I think of Poughkeepsie. Poughkeepsie, I don't know if that helps you, but that helps me. Phi is easy to make. It looks like a circle with a line through it. Phi. Very easy to draw. Phi. Philadelphia. Philanthropic. Philanthropist. All letters that come, or words that come from Greek, starting with the Greek letter phi. Phi. He is also an easy one to make. Remember, it has a he, and it looks like an X. Okay? He. It's a nice, simple X. Phi, he. C is also easy to draw. It's sort of an odd-looking one to our English eyes, but it's like a U with a fork through the middle. Looks like a pitchfork. Psi, psi, psychology, right? So, psi. Phi, he, psi, and omega, of course, looks like our English W. Nice little letter like that. Omega. Phi, he, psi, omega. And just to write them all together, phi, he, psi, omega. Now you're getting very close to having it down. Let's see if we can write the whole alphabet, a section at a time. Remember, section 1, A, B, C, D, E, but in Greek, A, B, G, D, E, or really in Greek, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, if that helps you, but A, B, G, D, E. So, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. That's our first section. A, B, G, D, E. Okay, now remember we have this odd thing, zeta, eta, theta. How rude of zeta to 8 theta. So zeta, eta, theta. Remember, zeta is this one sort of awkward letter. Zeta, eta, theta. All right. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Zeta, eta, theta. Okay, here comes the long section. Remember, we start with me at this long section. Yoda, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu. Now remember, there's no reason for this letter. It's a pain in the neck, but here it is. Nu, xi, Omicron, P, rho, sigma, final sigma, tau, upsilon. Okay, I know that's a long stretch of letters, but remember English, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, okay? I, we don't need a J. I, J, K, L, M, N. Oh, there's no reason for the C. N, O, C in there, okay? P, we don't need a Q. That's another, it's just a stupid letter. Q, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, R, S, T, U. So it's very, very similar to the English alphabet, except that the letters are drawn a little bit differently. But you'll get used to this. Okay, home stretch, right? Upsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega. Just say it over and over. Phi, chi, psi, omega. And write it over and over. Phi, chi, psi, omega. There it is. Isn't the Greek alphabet a beautiful thing? And really, once you get over this hurdle, people will think you're so smart because you know the Greek alphabet. I mean, just knowing the alphabet, people will be like, wow, you really are smart. And it's not that hard. So enjoy.